and welcome to my first ever YouTube video on the SOAutomotive YouTube channel. You can see me here right now in my first ever car, a VW Golf Mark 5 1.4 liter petrol engine with a whopping 75 horsepower. This is my first ever video. I still need to get, a bit of a custom to how to speak to a camera. Well, my first ever video is basically, driving a little bit around and speaking about the plans on this YouTube channel. Well, I am a car guy at heart. That's why I basically want to explore the world in all different kind of cars. I currently only have one car, meaning this car, and I already done a lot of stuff with it. I already visited, or I drove with the car to the UK's northernmost point, which is John O'Groats. I traveled all the way through the United Kingdom with it. I visited cities like Manchester, London, Glasgow. I've driven all the way through the Netherlands, through Belgium, through France. I went to the Nürburgring 2 times. And, I've done quite a lot of stuff already with the car. I've got the car with around 154,000 kilometers. It is now on 184,566 kilometers. The plan is to cross with the car this year the 200,000 kilometer mark. I still want to travel with the car all the way up to Norway, to Trondheim via the Atlantic Ocean Road, and I basically want to circumnavigate the entire Baltic Sea, meaning I want to drive via Denmark to Sweden, then I will want to take a ferry to Finland, and then all the way from Finland, and then all the way through Finland to Helsinki, and then I want to take another ferry before I then touch down in Tallinn, Estonia. Then I want to take the landway, meaning all the way through Lithuania, Latvia and Poland back to Germany. You're joining me right now in basically my hometown, which is Rendsburg, Germany. Basically like 1 hour north of Hamburg, the biggest city in the north of Germany. Alright, I've pulled now over somewhere on the side of the road, and well, you can see here my VW Golf 5, of course, the German plate. These are my initials and date of birth, and well, you can see here my VW. Please excuse, because well, the car is pretty dirty because I've driven 3 days ago like nearly 2,000 kilometers with it, all the way down to Nürburgring and then all the way up again. And yeah, what can I say? These are 15-inch wheels with the pretty standard VW Golf paintwork. I have this little thing in the boot where you can see, excuse a little bit of trash, I put all these flags down so you can basically see where the car went, to which country already, and you can see Denmark, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, France, the United Kingdom with Scotland, and Luxembourg was the latest. Excuse the wind noise, it's pretty windy. Yeah, the car is pretty much all the way stock. You can see we have here some Michelin all-season tires, pretty standard brakes, and of course the Nürburgring sign. And if I open, excuse me, it's very, oh my god, it is windy, holy shit. And if I open the engine bay, you can actually see the 75 horsepower VW engine, and oh my god, it is windy. You can actually see the 75 horsepower engine I got here on the battery from CTEC battery lamp which tells me the current stand of the charge. And yeah, what can I say? Yes, the car is sometimes pretty slow because it only has 75 horsepower, but for a first car it is actually quite good. The next thing I want to do to basically, you know, OEM plus the car is to, you know, change the headlights, because, you know, they are pretty foggy because of all the sun the car had in previous life, and it basically never lived in a garage. It was always outside. You know, there are still a lot of things I want to do. Another thing I want to do to this car, to basically put it to its original form, is to change the steering wheel, because, you know, it is pretty roughed up at in some parts, and that's why I basically want to change that as well. And because, you know, on the airbag cover the VW logo is also pretty beat up, I want to change that as well. So I want to basically change on the car, and oh my god, look how beautiful the sunset is. I want to keep this car pretty original because, you know, it's my first car. That's why I want to keep it original. And even though this car is quite slow, you know, 0 to 60 in you know, 0 to 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour in probably, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 seconds. I've never tested that. It is still quite a special car for me, and, you know, I want to retire it at some point when I got another, let's say, daily, because I probably cannot daily in the MX-5. I mean, I probably could, but with the modifications I want to plan to it is probably not the smartest thing to do, especially because, well, I live in Hamburg and I work in Hamburg, and a lot of stuff happens in Hamburg. So that's why I, you know, want to preserve this car. I mean, it currently lives on the side of the road in Hamburg, and something actually already happened to it. You know, you can see, yeah, someone drove into me. It was presumably in the middle of the night. I was asleep, I couldn't hear it, and, well, he just drove off, which is, you know, a little bit up, but oh, what can you do? Oh my god, I mean, the sunset is so ridiculously beautiful, and the car is beautiful as well. I mean, yes, for many it's only a VW Golf Mark V, but for me it is way more, and I can't even describe how I feel about this car, because it's my first car. And I know some of you might relate to this. The first car has always a special place in someone's heart, and that's why I never want to sell it, and that's why I want to preserve it. And my goal is, I already told you that, to cross the 200,000 kilometer mark this year. We have now the 5th of April 2024, and we still have, you know, 8 months left to cross that goal. And the plan after that is, you know, basically, if I haven't found at that point another daily driver to basically retire this car, I still use it. But if I found a daily driver, I want to retire the car and, you know, drive it maybe once a month. I will then live at that point on a trickle charger. It will live undercover, and it will only get used like once a month, you know, for some grocery shopping, or I don't know, just to get the fluids going. So, you know, cars don't like sitting as well, especially for a long time. That's why I want to use it quite regularly. So I mean, it doesn't fully get retired, but I won't use it every day to kind of preserve it, because, well, it is my first car. And oh, someone left a mark right there. However, I think this is a beautiful spot to end today's video. the first video on the SOAutomotive channel. My name is Sven, and I hope I see you next one. Peace.